Hey, what's up guys? It's Amped Angelo coming back with a new video. Today we're going to be talking about new construction versus service work in the electrical field. Now, I've done both and I'm going to talk about which one is better and why I prefer either one. So right now I'm doing new construction. I'm doing new construction on 36 family apartment buildings. Now, this kind of work is rigorous, it's repetitive, it's tiresome, and you have to work hard to be able to meet the deadlines. That's new construction for you. You have to orchestrate your time correctly with the other trades. You have to make sure that you're in at the right time. If you're going to be after the plumbers, after the HVAC, if you got to plan for the bricklayers to brick before you can put up some octagons outside of the structure. You have to plan. You have to make sure that all the trades, are in accordance with each other. For service work, you don't have to worry about that. Usually the building is already finished, it's already completed, and all you have to do is troubleshoot. Or you have to replace something like a electrical panel, or some service work is a little more hardcore, like replacing a secondary. That's service work. That's some true hardworking service work. But anyways, if we're talking about just like replacing an outlet or moving an outlet, anything like that, adding an outlet, that shit's real easy. That's where it gets easy in the service department. Now, when you talk about new construction and service work and you're like, which one should I do? You have to do both. You have to get experience in both if you want to be a good electrician, in my opinion. I think both of them go hand in hand. Both of them actually can help you. If you're in new construction, you're wiring up a unit or an apartment building or house, anything like that. Just the fact that you're on a new construction site, if you're on there for months and months, you're going to be able to see through walls. It's like X-ray vision when you're inside of a finished house or anything like that. You can practically see the studs from behind the drywall. So if you're in new construction for a long time, you're able to just see things. And if you're wiring up multiple units, if you're doing apartment buildings like what I'm doing, 24 family, 36 family apartment buildings, then you're basically wiring up a house 24 to 36 times, basically. So you're getting tons of experience doing these kind of jobs. If your company does apartment buildings, I would definitely jump on that, because that is a good experience for new construction electricians. Anyways, like I was saying, new construction, when you wire up, outlets or switches or lights or anything inside of the apartment unit, you can pretty much learn exactly what needs to go where in terms of wiring. What circuits get 14 wire, what circuits get 12 wire, what circuits get, ranges, talking about ovens and shit like that. What kind of breakers are you going to be putting in for these kind of circuits, and you kind of learn that, and you can transition that knowledge into the service side, because sometimes you'll run into shit that's not right, like a different kind of breakers on this circuit. Oh, we need to replace that with a 50 amp and not a 60 amp because that's what it's actually made for, this wire. So once you have that knowledge from new construction pretty much lays down what a building should be. So when you go into service, you know what to expect, and you know what to know to make sure that the building you're going to service is up to par with something like new construction. Like, you got to know what is up to code. So having that knowledge from new construction, you can take that knowledge and then implement it into your service. And that's the good thing about doing both. And same thing with service and new construction. You can take your knowledge from servicing and you can implement that into new construction, like how to wire a three-way, how to do this and that, how to, sometimes in new construction, you're doing service. If you complete a building in new construction, they're like, oh, we want to move the outlet from here to here. And you're like, oh, no problem. I've done this a million times because I used to be a service electrician. I used to do this all the time. I can do that. I can troubleshoot for one of the units because a tenant is saying that one of the outlets isn't working. I can do that, no problem. I've been a service electrician for years. So yeah, I mean, they go hand in hand. It just depends on what you want to do with your career. Like, do you want to go into a company that does only new construction, which is basically the company that I'm at currently, is we basically just do all new construction. Or do you want to go with a company that just does service, like Apex Pros in Columbus, Ohio, or ECO, or any of these companies in Columbus? They do primarily service, and those companies primarily are a little more like, we need to make money sort of companies, like upsell. You got to be kind of into sales with those kind of companies. Now, that's why I don't really do it, because I used to do sales and I try to drive away from that. I'm just trying to do my own thing when it comes to being an electrician. I don't like to upsell. I just don't want to do sales right now, pretty much. I just want to do my own thing. I think sales it came and gone for me. Anyways, so yeah, I think being a service electrician, what I think is more fun, in my opinion, honestly, I think being a service electrician is a little more fun than new construction. New construction can be kind of tedious, to be honest with you. New construction can be kind of tedious. Because you're going to the same job site every single day. You're seeing the same setting. You're doing the same exact thing on different buildings. Whether it be houses, you're building houses, cookie cutter houses, or you're building cookie cutter apartment buildings. You're doing the same shit every single day for at least like a year, if you're on a big job site. So in that way, it's kind of sucky, but you do get good experience. You do get fast because it's repetitive, and you keep doing the same shit over and over. So you're getting fucking fast at it, and you're getting fucking good, and you can do this shit like the back of your hand, but it's not fun. And if you want to have some fun and you want to see some new shit every single day, go be a service electrician. There's plenty of jobs for that too. It all depends on what you want to do. But I would prefer, if I was starting out as an electrician, I would prefer doing new construction first, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing in service. You don't know what the hell you're even looking at in service if you haven't been in a new construction building. You gotta know like what the fuck is behind those walls before you go do shit with service. I feel like you gotta know like a rough idea of what you're looking at behind those walls. Even though you can't see it, you should get a rough idea with new construction and then go into service. But that's just my opinion. Whatever you guys have in your mind, put it in the comments. Do you prefer new construction or do you prefer service? Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.